What's up, comic book community? Nick, the comic book nerd here. Gonna do my read of the week. I know it's Sunday. I usually do it on Friday. Had a lot of trouble sleeping this week and just wasn't feeling too great. So Friday morning just wasn't possible for me, unfortunately. But we're here now. We're gonna knock this out of the park. And yeah, what's my read of the week? So before we get into that, use the light a little bit because I'm gonna show you guys some cool artwork. I'll show you some stuff I picked up real quick. GameStop was having clearances and Pop Funkos. Excited for the new game. Too bad I don't have a PS5, so I won't even be able to play it. I finally watched Ghostbusters, so I ended up picking up a Dr. Peter Venkman Funko figure. Really cool. This is the 35th anniversary one. And then I finally found, it's been a really hard time for me to pick out a Batman figure I really like. And I never knew this existed. I saw Batman. This is from Batman 1000. So he's got the same face as the Batman 1000. Same head tilt, kind of. Really cool. So glad I found this one. I was at a GameStop I usually don't even go to. So very cool. And then, of course, I saw a couple others I really liked. So I think it's time I start grabbing a couple of them. So check out my Nick's Picks video from Wednesday night. Check out my CGC video from Monday night. And yeah, so I'll show you guys the books I have up for read of the week. I wrote this out on Thursday, so it's going to start to come back to me. 3 books to choose from. Captain America 1, The King in Black Tie. And this was a one-shot. This was an awesome book. Hey, what's up, Hans? Berserker, the Keanu Reeves story. And Scott Snyder's newest book, Knockterror. So all 3 books got A's in my opinion. So I ended up not putting out an Instagram post. That's how not good I was feeling on Thursday. So we'll do my 60-second rundown. I'll set the timer. This will be a lot easier. I only need 60 seconds for this because I'm only showing you 2 books because the 3rd book is going to be the read of the week. So let's see if I can set anything up properly. All right. So are we ready? You look ready, guys. I'm going to back that up. Leave it there. All right. 60-second rundown. Here we go. Captain America. Awesome books. This is a great story between Cap, Bucky, and Sam the Falcon. Basically, it was like him coming out of Null, out of the Hive, and being himself again. But when you come out, it's like we learned that he was talking from Null, talking through him, also talking as Captain America. So it would go back and forth, and he was having a lot of struggles. He ended up trying to help out the guys, Winter Soldier and Falcon, and it just didn't work out, but they knew all along, so they were able to solve without him. Berserker was really cool. Basically, Keanu Reeves' his character is a Wolverine. He can like regenerate and stuff. It's a really fast-paced book. He sees this doctor who like helps put him back together. His parts are like robotic kind of. So this was really neat. It was definitely worth checking out. Looks really like him. The artwork and this was awesome. And yeah, it's really all I got out of that. So 60-second rundown. Time's up. Can't explain anymore. I hit repeat. Whoops. There we go. So if those 2 are part of the rundown, that means that read of the week has to be Knockterror book 1. Full spoiler warning before I even start to describe this, and we'll start opening it up. So this is the latest book by Scott Snyder. He has artist Tony Daniel, and the colors are done by Tomo Mori, something like that. I'm sorry if I botched the name, but really neat. Basically, the backstory of this is that the sun doesn't come out anymore. So all of a sudden, the sky just went dark one day. So it opens up with a flashback to when that went down. So you open up and you meet 2 characters right off the bat. So the main character's name is Val, and she's a code name, a call sign. I'm sorry, called Stug Down. Her name is Val Riggs. She was adopted. She needed cataract surgery because all of a sudden, like, she would be looking, and what happens when you have cataracts is you get like black spots. So it's almost like she was already prepared for the dark in a way. But if she looked fast, she would say that she could see little bits of light. So that was pretty neat because it leads into the whole story. So it's kind of like she was prepared for all of this. I'm going to have a lot of little theories on this as we go through this video. So check them all out and let me know if you agree or disagree. So she gets them fixed and she wakes up, and the guy across from her, then the backseat of the car. She gets her cataracts fixed, and now she can see everything, and she's adopted. And that's her brother Emery. So like I said, the big thing was, where were you when the sky went down? So it's funny, they call it 13 p.m. So I believe 13 p.m. is supposed to mean that like obviously from a.m. to p.m., but I believe it's supposed to mean the years that have gone by. So this is like the 13th p.m. But yeah, they were just driving, and all of a sudden the sun went dark. So what happens is, they flash forward to the present. Val and Emery are working together. Val is what's called a ferryman. She basically transports people in her like van truck cargo-ish thingy. And then what's really cool is Emery kind of plays the role of like Oracle, which is cool to see because Scott does Batman, or did Batman, you could say this, whatever. Emery does the computers from home and tells her what's happening and what's going on. He's kind of the scientist behind it, and she's kind of like the ballsy one who runs off with everything. So it opens up with this. So what happens is these monsters called the Shade end up coming out, and it happens if you've been in the dark for too long without any light. I think it's about 10 hours, and they come with all different things. So her van is lit up, her high piece lights up. Inside you can see there's Christmas lights. Those are her passengers, and they go from outpost to outpost. And these outposts are like safe havens. And what they do is they do all these little checkups and everything. It's like when you get there, let me just see what I have here. People ferryman, show the truck. She has a cool little motto. It's stay lit and sit. Because like I said, if you go too dark, it ends up happening, and there's no sun out, so there's nowhere that has light. So these outposts, like, they run electricity and everything like that. The Shade I talked to you about. So to become a Shade, it takes time. There's a process, and there's a way they think there's ways to avoid it. So like they get back to outpost and people get checked, their gums get checked. If there's black in their gums, that's the start of Shade, or of you turning into a Shade, one of these monsters, which I'll show you. It's very, 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 here's another theory I have. It's kind of smart. I don't know when Scott started writing this, but so here's a monster. I'll show you. Here's one of the Shade. And they're just dark creatures, but like they take full control of you. So if you look at Pointer, that's one of them just taking somebody's face. They just don't like people who live in the light. So it's very COVID like, that part with the checkups. We're like, oh, you got to check for this and that, like you go places, and now we're getting temperature checks everywhere. So I think that's kind of smart if that's how it went down. The weapons that they use in this are pretty freaking awesome. How far back did I go on this? I did not good. They use weapons like flares, candles, kind of, flare guns, fireworks, things like that. And that's what her brother does. So these Shade are super effective by light. That's Val right above it in the middle there, this third panel down. So this is how they fight their way out, and it just keeps them away. Hey, what's up, Andy? I wish I had done this Friday because I almost forgot what this was about. Not really, because I'm remembering it now. But anyways, when they get back, so she gets paid for transporting. So she goes to this woman that she knows, and the woman who pays her, she goes, what do you want, cash or credit? And Val chooses charge. So when you think charge, initially you think credit. Or that's what I think, at least. And then the charge, she hands her like this battery pack. And it's kind of cool because she goes and you see Emery, who they know has been sneaking out at night, like the guards and everything. And she all of a sudden sits him down, and she looks at his gums, and he's got the disease. He's got Shade coming in through his teeth, or he's going to become a Shade. So it's like really sad and heartbreaking because you see this girl with her brother. He's the only person she has left, and he ends up I'll hold it up again. Now you see he's sick. So she's basically like got this whole system going, and the charge runs this like dialysis kit she has. So that's when like your blood gets transferred from back and forth, because she's trying to kind of get this out of his system, and you don't know if it's going to work or not. So it's really sad because dialysis in real life, it's like, it's really hard for people to do. It knocks you out. It's just a long process too. So she tries that with him to get that going, and that's what the charge did. So it's weird because, like I said, cash or credit, she chose charge, got a battery. She mentioned that they've been charging it extra, putting some more juice in it for her. So when she takes it, it's like they knew too that Emery was, becoming a shade in a way. So the guards end up overhearing that. She ends up they overhear that he goes out, so they have to go and check on him because now they haven't seen him. So she's like, see, they're going to check your gums and they're going to catch you, and that's it. Because it sounds like what they're going to do is they're just to keep these people. On her transport, she took these two people called Augustus and Bailey. It's a grandfather and granddaughter. And they need to ride somewhere else. And it's a little suspicious, and they'll pay full price for it. But Val wants a whole truck full of people, and they won't do it. So there's Emery. She looks at his gums. That's what I mean. I'll show you his gums. So the darkness in his gums is what it all is. It's really unfortunate. And it's sad to see, like I said, because it's all she has left. The dialysis thing. And I think she realizes she goes and knocks on Augustus's door, and she's like, we're ready to leave when you are. Can you leave right now? So what happens is they flee. They're going to leave because she can't let Emery get caught and, get killed. But we'll end up seeing what happens with that because, this is only issue number 1. Meanwhile, right after they leave, all of a sudden somebody shows up and he talks to the woman who pays her. And he goes, my name is Blacktop Bill. I'm looking for that girl who just left. And they're like, we don't know who you're talking about. And he tells them, so he's just dark. He looks like a shadow. Like, that's him. That's his look. He tells them, I'm not looking for her. I'm looking for Augustus, the guy she was traveling. So that's him. So he's going to be the villain for now. Let's see what I got here. I don't think he really says much. So it looks like he's a shade, but in full control. He's not really a monster. So is he getting like injected or something? That's kind of my thought process on it. It's very odd. But like I said, he's looking for Augustus. So they're already on the road. So they're clearly going to be getting chased down. My thoughts, like I said, weapons include lights, Christmas lights, flares, fireworks, stuff like that. Like I said, when I go into work, I kind of get a COVID check every day. We get temperatures taken and we have to fill out this thing, kind of like the gate check with the gums and everything else. The Batman and Oracle thing between Val and Emery, I think, is genius. Like I said, I think that's kind of like a Scott bringing a lot of his characters around. Even when you think of Undiscovered Country with the big guy, I can never think of his freaking name. He has an awesome name and I can never remember it. Always looking for the people running away. And on the other thing, like Scott Snyder's doing some big things right now. He's got American Vampires, 1976 on DC Black Label. He's got Undiscovered Country going, Knockterror, Swamp Thing he's done, and he just finished Death Metal. So a lot of stuff going on in his life. So the fact that he's able to do this is pretty freaking awesome. And he dropped a killer book. This sold out through everything, apparently, So all the orders were put in. There was nothing left to order. So really neat. So get your hands on this. I have 3 copies of it actually now. I got cover C today, and I got another cover. I'll show you the other cover. It's pretty neat. I got the 1 in 25 variant also. She's an awesome looking character, this Val. I think she's going to be great. But that's my big thing. So that's what I think. Read of the Week, Knockterror. Definitely check it out. It wasn't my best review on a book by far, but just, from forgetting what happened kind of doesn't help me at all. So anyways, Monday, my video is going to be my 100 sub giveaway video. Definitely check that out. There's I think there's 7 books plus a slab in there now. So you'll see how to enter that. I want to try and get at least 10 people in that. Then we'll do Nick's picks on Wednesday, which will actually be early because I know when it won't be live. That's what it is because I have to work Wednesday night. Friday morning will be Read of the Week. The following Monday is going to be a book review on a book I've been reading called El Crudo. And then same thing. And then the following one on that, I have a haul. So I just went to my shop. LCS, they did a buy one, get one on the new comic book wall. So I was like, okay, sweet, before he back issues everything. So I got tons of books today. Some repeat books, some cover buys and things like that. So I'll show everybody on those. They'll be shot within the next week or so and put up on Monday. So like I said, if you didn't get your hands on this, first of all, let me know because like I said, I have an extra now. I'm willing to dish that out to somebody who wants to read it. Definitely go check out Comic Burrito's channel. They did an interview with Scott on this. Awesome freaking video. You want to see that too. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy your books. Let me know what your read of the week was and what you thought of Knockterror. Thank you.